I guess Bill Cosby disapproved of Booty Call.
He did. He had a lot to say about Booty Call. He thought that we focused on advertising sex, and he missed it. We were talking about safe sex, and it was during the movement of when our people our age were talking about sex. You know, TLC had the condoms over the eye.
Right.
So it was like, you can't stop people from doing what they're going to do, but you can advise them on how to be careful while they're doing it. He didn't get it.
What did he say exactly?
He said this film was disgusting and that it showed that African-American young people only think about body parts and sex, is what he said.
Those were his words.
Those were his words.
So here you are, you know, a young adult, and you grew up watching Bill Cosby on
Loving
TV.
him. Yes.
And matter of fact, the Cosby Show was already the biggest show in the world during that time, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you got this, he was like everyone's dad growing up, and he's saying that your first film is disgusting.
And because he said that, a lot of people that were behind me becoming an actress when I was young turned against me. My drama teacher from high school, I went to go see her. She was highly disappointed in me because of his opinion.
Huh.
But now look, and I hate to say that, you should really be careful how you speak to people and what you do while you're doing this, because no one's squeaky clean. We all have things, and we don't always agree with what other people are doing, but you are, and what he was, a big influential person at that time, and we were African-American actors who really, at that time, there really wasn't a lot of African-American projects, and you flipped us off without using your middle finger.
Well, you've been in Hollywood for decades now.
Decades.
Decades.
Yes.
Decades.
Yes.
You've been a working actress this whole time. During any of that time, did you hear any of the rumors or rumblings about Bill Cosby?
The only thing that I ever heard about Bill Cosby was that he was not a nice person.
Okay.
That he wasn't nice. I didn't hear any of that other stuff. And I had met him. I have a picture with him before I even did anything.
Okay.
And I have to say, I agree. He was not nice to me, and I was just a little girl.
Huh.
So
What did he say?
he told my mother that this business was hard to get into, and he didn't think I had what it took.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So smash cut to years later, I'm 21 years old, and I do this movie, and you're still talking shit, Bill. I mean, come on, man. I freaking love you. I love The Cosby Show. Love A Different World, but I just don't like your mouth. That's how I felt about him at the time.
Almost like Bill had a personal vendetta against you.
I just think, like Eddie Murphy said in Raw, you know, he was just too controlling and wanted to control everything that came out of people's mouths and everyone's actions. You needed to control your own, buddy.
Right, because Bill got convicted.
He
of
did.
rape.
Now, I don't believe all of those women, but I believe some of them. I do. But I just feel like the trail of women that came out, everybody was hopping on the bandwagon. So I'll give him that. But I don't feel like anything other than he needed to take responsibility for his actions.
Well, D.L. Hughley is a regular on the show.
Right after CNN, I was doing Kiss FM. I was doing the morning show. Bill Cosby had called in to promote a gig I think he was having in Connecticut or Pennsylvania. And I was like, Bill don't like me, and I don't particularly care for him. So I'm not gonna, I'll let you guys do the interviews for pre-tape. And so a girl named Jackie Reed and a cat named Steve Wilson, who were my co-hosts, started interviewing me, but he was such a dick. For 5 minutes he's been such a dick. I was like, Mr. Cosby, what is it you'd like for us to know? He said, who is this? I said, this is D.L. Hughley. You say nigga, and I don't like your comedy. And he went in, and I was like, with all due respect, Mr. Cosby, I say nigga, but no co-ed has ever woke up drug with her drawers on backwards.
Wow. Well, you know what? It's fine to have your opinion. And we're all entitled to it. But the judgment of others, no one's here to judge anyone. If you don't have anything nice to say, just don't say it at all. That's the best way. We all slip up and kind of say mean things at sometimes, but he was consistent.
He was.
He was pretty consistent with that.
Yeah, I mean, he bashed a lot of black comedians.
and they're black comedians, and
Right.
you're one. You know, like, come on, dude. That was straight haterism your way. You know what I mean? You could have addressed them differently and say, yeah, you know what, Youngblood? I don't really appreciate the N-word, and here's why. So if you could just think about how you use that and why you're using it for me, you know, that would be great. That would have been nice.
Do you?
You know, do you. I commend
Yeah.
you for being you and keeping the legacy living on. But just, you know, if he would have said it like that, I think people would have heeded to his message and kind of changed whatever they were saying.